Hey y'all, hey. So here's the message that I received earlier today. And it's funny, I'm laughing because this is a real conversation I was having with God earlier, right? I heard God say very loudly, very clearly, and very like in your face kind of. Um anyway, I heard him say it's none of your business what other people think about you. That's their business. It's not your business. And he began to elaborate as he and I conversed, right? He's saying, I'm like, but Lord, they be talking and they be saying this, and it be the ones that's close to you too. But that's neither here nor there. His message to me was very loud and clear and say that as long as you are moving with love, you're acting out of kindness, you are doing your intent, right, is from a place of love, is from a place of care, is from a place of concern. People gonna always talk. They gonna have something to say just because you doing things from a place of love. You got to think about that. These people that are have something to say because of how you're moving, they're not in the same space as you are. They have not been elevated. And I heard God say this, like, I've elevated you to a place to be able to operate from a place of love, really from a place of true love. I've placed within you my heart, so you are operating as I would operate in this space, like loving people even though they do you bad, loving people regardless of how they talk about you. It doesn't mean that you have to stand there and take it or tolerate it. You can walk away. You can move away. You ain't got to respond. Because that's what they doing. They trying to take you out of your space, out of this space of love, out of the vibration of love by getting you to respond and be with them on the same place or the same playing level that they are. And God is saying, that's not where I have you. I've elevated you so that you can see it. You know where it's coming from. You know what the system, if you will, that they are operating in. And because you know that, you can't let that affect you. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going back and forth. I'm listening to God and I'm like, Lord, I hear you. And then he goes on to say that the society, right? I hear in the spirit, the society that we live in is full of judgment. You can't get away from it. And something that I have had conversations about is that people are going to judge you regardless of what you're doing. If you're doing the right thing, they gonna judge you. If you're doing the bad thing, they gonna judge you. They gonna judge you. How it don't matter how you operate. They're going to judge you because that is the society that we live in. But you can't let that get. You can't get so distracted by what they're saying. You can't be so distracted by what's being said that has, even though it's about you. You can't get distracted in that because that is meant to distract you. It's meant to derail you. It's meant to slow you down. And before you know it, because you're all caught up in what somebody is saying, and truth be told, what they're saying is not even relevant. If you stop and let the things that you hear people say, you let that kind of get in there and sink in there, it is going to cause you to now question yourself. And that burping on the confirmation, right? Confirmation burp. That's not the space that you're supposed to be in. God wants you to rise above that. He wants you to not let that. So what you hear it, don't let it affect you. So what you are amongst it, don't participate in it. And that's going back to gossiping and talking about people. They say small minds talk about people, right? And gossip and such as that. And if you have been elevated above that and you've risen above that, you can't get caught up in that, because to get caught up in that is going to cause you delays, and before you know it, you're going to look at yourself and look at your progress and look at where you are, and you're going to be like, dang, I got all caught up in this and started overthinking and just delayed, put stuff on hold because you now hearing what they're saying or listening to what they're saying has created some fear in you, a fear that you've already conquered. Whew. I said, okay, Lord, I hear you. So the beginning thought and the end thought was, you can't get caught up in what other people think of you, because that ain't none of your business. If they're consumed with you, that's fine. Let them stay consumed with you. Maybe they'll learn something. Maybe they'll learn something from being consumed with you. Maybe they'll be awakened by being consumed with you. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you, and don't let it distract you. You got to come out of that place. Come up higher. Close your ears off to those things that are trying to distract you. Close your eyes off. Take your eyes off of those things that are trying to distract you, and focus on whatever your goal is. Focus on whatever your purpose is. Focus on the things that is going to bring you prosperity, or even bring prosperity to your home, to your family, and prosperity does not, I'm not talking necessarily tangible prosperity, but I'm talking about that growth, abundance, that life that you desire to live. You can't live it thinking about or focusing on or even letting the things that other people say um let it penetrate. You can't let that thing take root, because if it takes root, it's going to rot out from the inside. It's going to rot you out from the inside. So yeah, that is the word. That is the word that me and the big man we was talking about today. That's the conversation I just felt to share, because maybe somebody else needs to hear it also. Ain't none of your business what somebody else is saying about you. Stay in your lane, master your lane, and keep to your lane. Let them say what they gonna say. Let them do what they gonna do. You keep focusing on what you're supposed to do. Okay? I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.